All right, guys, here's what we need to do to make college humor go huge. You need to hustle, crush it, and go big.
Those all kind of sound like the same thing.
They're not. Hustle is to crush it.
Wasn't crush it the second thing?
No, that was go big.
Then the third thing was...
Crush it.
Crush it. See, this is... Now you're speaking my language.
Thank you, comprende.
Comprende?
Jake, the number one thing is to respect your coworker. It's family.
It's family.
You guys are friends, right?
Yes, best. Maybe.
Take Amir to a water park, an arcade, a picnic.
I've always said that you should take me to a water park, an arcade, and a picnic. You have always said that, yeah. In one day, please.
I think Amir's cousin LaRon runs a laser tag in Queens.
Yes.
Why don't you guys go up there and laser it up?
For once. How is that going to help traffic? You're obsessed with traffic!
Jake, Amir is right. Don't worry about the traffic. Become best friends, family, and it will all work itself out. Or not.
So you're saying it's a good idea for the site if me and Amir go to your favorite clothing store, Talbot's, and we get just matching pajamas.
Dude, now you're getting it.
I am. I think I'm really getting it. Ricky didn't hire you. Amir hired you.
He's gone.
Now he's under the table.
No. Oh, no, I can't see him.
Right there. You're waving him down.
I'm not. Stretching my wrist. Where are you going? What about the water park?
And so when you're producing content, because of the search capabilities, because of the utilitarian nature of the content, people will post about food on Instagram and on Pinterest. There's much more to do with it on Pinterest. It has the intent for it to be deeper and more complex than this is what I'm eating or this is a good picture of my sushi, and so the utilitarian nature and the publisher magazine kind of DNA is a very important thing.
So it's a level playing field and the best idea wins.
Well, it's not the best idea that wins. We know that there are lots and lots of good ideas that don't win and plenty of things, twerking, that win that aren't good ideas. So I'm not ready to say the best idea wins. What I am willing to say is that the person who cares the most, persists with the right approach of generosity, who figures out how to be in the business of connecting, that person, that idea is what wins. Some people are walking around with a giant bowl of frogs. And what they're trying to do is keep all the frogs in the bowl. And if you're sitting there focusing and wondering about your boss and your boss's boss and all those people who are following you and how do I keep those ducks in a bowl, you can't possibly do that work that you are actually here to do. And so now we get to this key fork in the road, which is we would like to be let off the hook. The hook that says you're responsible. We'd like to say, well, this organization does this. And I apologize, but my boss won't let me. Of course your boss won't let you. Your boss won't let you because you're coming to her and saying, I got this crazy idea, I want to do this really big thing. If it works, I'll get the credit, and if it doesn't work, you'll get the blame because you said okay. Can I start? What boss would say yes to that?
Oh my goodness, brevity is a god right now, isn't it? We get these huge, vast blog posts written by really thought out, well-meaning people that you're never gonna read. I saw a 300-page book at the bookstore about why you should read Moby Dick. I'm not going to read 300 pages on why to read a book. I wouldn't read an index card that said that, You know what we have for a problem too is short attention. So I was thinking, empathy is another power to have. Empathy is so powerful. Here's a super, super secret power. Remember people's names. And if you're bad at it, practice it. And don't be embarrassed. Say, I'm really crappy at names, but I'm going to ask again. Heather? And he'll be like, no, Stan. Sometimes it is embarrassing, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but can you just remind me? And he's like, I'm your father. Darth Vader, of course.
We learn best from stories, and I'm going to tell you two really quick ones to sketch out this new game, right? This morning, I'm leaving the Seaport Hotel. I'm not at the West End, I'm at the Seaport. I'm leaving the Seaport, and I get an email from finance@seaporthotel.com. Hey, I just wanted to let you know that, I hope you enjoyed your stay. Here's your bill, here's your whatever, etc. And I was just thinking about that. Finance at Seaport Hotel is who sent me my I hope you enjoyed your stay. When in the history of humanity is the finance department your best voice to the outside universe? Marketing professionals are taught that their idea is just to get you to the hotel, just to get you to the restaurant. Phew, job done. I'm a marketer, got you there. That is no longer okay. I think marketing as a role is gone. I think marketing sales professional is here. There's two reasons I believe this. One is that sales professionals are learning how to market because they're sick of your crap. And marketers are learning to sell because you're getting fired because you are a cost, not a revenue. And if you are not bringing money in, you are not worth your desk. The reason Halligan had a giant sign that said inbound sales wasn't like he hopes to double his target market. It's because these things are married now.
You know, the irony of all this is that we're using technology and big data so that we can treat customers not like a number. It's kind of interesting. I'll tell you, Craig, though, a year's worth of contact lenses, you are an optimist, my friend. That is a forward-looking purchase. Year. Many of you have heard of IBM's Watson. And Watson is not just a supercomputer. It is the most interesting supercomputer in the world. Dwight Howard uses Watson to decide who he's going to play in the NBA for. Lindsay Lohan uses Watson for relationship advice. And Chuck Norris uses Watson as a calculator, which seems like overkill.
How important is it to create a consistent audience?
Well, it's sort of a chicken and the egg argument, right? So what I would say is that your great content creates audience disproportionate to the other things in marketing that you're doing. That without useful content, without content that entertains, without content that breaks through, it's much, much more difficult to create and maintain an audience.
So how important is that concept of fans and followers then? Do you want to build the fans and followers first, or do you build the content first?
Well, I think typically what we look at is that content is fire, and social media is gasoline.